Hello there, I'm Elon Musk. Press the free like button if you feel that I've made Twitter X one of the worst platforms to be on. Based on the feedback that I've gotten, I think I made Twitter a whole lot worse, and I am truly sorry for that. By the way, drop and give me 50. I'm out here bullying advertisers like I'm 50.
So this is what Tony Khan Man had to say about the Bucks and the footage and Jack Perry. What he said about the Bucks, man, it made zero sense.
I think it made a lot of sense. First of all, the Young Bucks FTR ladder match is coming up at AEW Dynasty for the World Tag Team Championships. This is the fourth chapter in FTR Young Bucks. I believe they are the two greatest tag teams in wrestling, the two best on the planet. The last time they wrestled, Young Bucks FTR 3, was at Wembley Stadium, AEW All In. A lot happened that day. Those guys at one point, they were the third match on the pay-per-view, and at one point, it looked like we were going to have to call them up and they were going to have to wrestle the first match. They ended up going on in the spot they were in, but the Young Bucks said the whole day, everything that happened, it affected their mental preparation, they weren't able to pray before the match, they were very stressed out. They slipped on the banana peel, lost the match, and they blame FTR and what happened at Wembley Stadium. In hindsight, that's why they refused to shake FTR's hands. We've seen the Young Bucks change a lot. We saw them get really dark during the retirement run of Sting. They've only gotten darker and more twisted. That's why they felt like they should play the tape. It was fascinating to see after the tape played, the reaction Jack Perry got at New Japan. He got the reaction of a superstar. That is not altogether unexpected, and it's something very interesting, perhaps a side effect of this. Jack Perry, already a big star in wrestling, really the way the crowd connected with him in Chicago, that was interesting. It leaves a lot of intriguing going into AEW Dynamite and AEW Dynasty.
Now, everything that Tony Khan Man said, that shit was all over the place, and here's why. I don't believe a word that he said about the Bucks. Like, bruh, if anything, he made the Young Bucks look soft. I'm like, okay, so you saw CM Junk get into what, maybe a 10-second fight. And because of that, your head got fucked up, your head got messed up to a point where you didn't want to wrestle. I'm like, wow. So you just buried the Bucks without knowing you buried the Bucks. Because, dude, that makes them look soft. So you saw Jack Perry get into a chokehold by CM Junk and your head was all messed up. You didn't want to wrestle because of that fact alone. I'm like, wow, man. Bruh, Chris Jericho is on your roster. This guy was getting picked on in the WCW locker room, man. I'm like, these two soft guys wouldn't last a day in the Attitude Era locker room. Because what the fuck happened? That's your explanation on this feud? They blamed their mental state of mind for that night on CM Junk. I'm like, what does he have to do with you? I'm like, bro, mind your own business, okay? Listen, Jack Perry, he started the fight. It was his fault, but that whole explanation was saying that because of that fight, it messed up the mental headspace of the Young Bucks. So because of that, they did not want to wrestle FTR because all of the drama backstage. I'm like, man, like, be a professional, grow some balls. So you two soft dudes were the only people on the card that was affected by this. Hell, fucking Joe told Punk, he said, look, man, let's go out there and finish their match. That's what he said. So you are saying that Joe has more balls than you? Joe wanted Punk to go out there and complete the goddamn match. I'm like, Tony Khan Man just buried the Bucks as two soft, sensitive motherfuckers. How is that a storyline? That sounds like a left-wing beta male storyline that a left-wing beta male would write. It's like, why would you be that emotional over something that don't concern you? Bruh, Jack Perry is a grown-ass man. He asked for that. So how did that affect your match with FTR? And that's the feud? You think that's a good idea to say that to the world, that that's why these guys are feuding? And comment, dude, he said that that's why he showed the footage to fucking prove that this is why the Bucks were in a weak mental headspace over that video. I'm like, how does that make you look good even as a heel? This ain't heel heat. Hell, Jack Perry has more heat than the fucking Bucks. Dude, this gives the Bucks go away kind of heat. Like, I wouldn't want this if this was my character on TV. I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't soft like this. Like, I don't give a fuck about CM Junk. I don't give a fuck about this fight or this footage. How does this affect my headspace on facing FTR? So you blame CM Junk for this? That's crazy. How is this a feud? This is a left-wing beta male kind of feud that a left-wing beta male would write. Because, bro, you are writing on emotion and softness. I'm like, this ain't gonna make you no money. That's what I mean. Like, they got a pay-per-view coming up called Dynasty. Bro, nobody gives a fuck about Dynasty, even though the card looks pretty decent. I will admit, the card looks decent, but there's no build-up on this card. I'm like, whose fault is that? Okay, fucking Will Ospreay. He cares more about what Triple H is saying more than Daniel Bryan. Let me repeat, this dude is more butthurt over his feud with Triple H, over his feud with Bryan Danielson. Make that make sense. So, this dumbass, he is cutting promos on Triple H, but not on Daniel Bryan. Dog, we are talking more about your promo on Triple H more than your promo on Daniel Bryan. Are you stupid? So, this is what I heard. I heard that Tony Khan Man told Will Ospreay to go out there and bury Triple H. So, what you are saying is, the three biggest draws in all elite fake pro wrestling is Sheldon, Triple H, and CM Junk. That's crazy. How is that possible? Because we should be talking about Will Ospreay and Daniel fucking Bryan, but in typical Tony Khan Man fashion, he wants to build up dream matches just for the sake of it, with no story, no build up. Like I said, this is why people are not watching. This is why people are leaving your company, your fans, because you don't care about story. The feud between the Bucks and FTR makes no sense. So now it's like, bro, you can't write. So it's like, what's going on here? That's bad storytelling. Now, let's talk about what he said about Jack Perry. Right? Okay, what you are saying is the only reason this dude is getting all this attention is because of CM Junk. So just say that, right? This dude said, look at all the feedback that Jack Perry had in New Japan Pro Fake Wrestling. Then he said, look at the reaction that Jack Perry had in Chicago. He said that, oh, Jack Perry is a star now. I'm like, hold on, man. That's not how that works. Just say he got all that attention because of CM Junk. Oh, but now you want to jump back on a Jack Perry bandwagon now. I'm like, bro, you was mad at this kid for months. He said that you was not returning his phone calls for months. So you see the type of reaction that Jack Perry has gotten over in New Japan Pro Fake Wrestling, and now you want to put that over? I'm like, what? Dude, I told you to put this guy on TV the moment CM Junk got fired. I said, make this guy the fucking devil. Oh, but now you see the error of your fucking ways. Oh, but now you want to say Jack Perry is getting a superstar reaction over in Chicago and New Japan Pro Fake Wrestling. Oh, now you wake up, right? This is why Tony Khan is a left-wing beta male. He goes more by emotion than business, than common sense. Now he sees that he fucked up. He should have taken advantage of the Jack Perry and CM Junk heat the moment CM Junk got fired. Oh, but this dumbass made Adam Coleslaw the devil. Yeah, how did that pay off? Nobody cares about fucking Adam Coleslaw now. Whose fault is that? Now you see Jack Perry has tons of heat because of CM Junk. But dog, it's too late. It's kinda too late. People have moved on from this. People will eventually move on from this entirely very, very soon. But the moment CM Junk was at Survivor Series, we should have saw Jack Perry the fucking same week getting major heat. Because now this dude is getting heat because of your video. But how long will that last? Listen, the point is, strike while the iron is hot. The iron was hot back in November. The iron was fucking hot. Think back in December. That's my point. It's like, bruh, you gotta think like a right-wing businessman. That's the point of this video. You gotta think like a right-wing businessman, dude. Fuck. He don't think like a right-wing businessman. That's the point. Oh, now you want to put on Jack Perry as this superstar heel. Thanks to CM Junk. Bruh, it's 5 months, 6 months too late, bruh. This man should have been the devil all along. How long will this Jack Perry heat last? It's like you gotta strike while iron's hot, you fucking dumbass. That's all I'm saying. But this makes the Bucks look bad. That was bad storytelling. I'm like, bruh, Tony Khan, man, you can't make not one person believe that footage fucked up the Bucks' headspace. I'm like, bruh, you are a professional wrestler. That fucks up your headspace? Oh, but, okay. Tons and tons of fans booing you, that don't fuck you up. But a backstage fight that was weak at that fucked up your headspace against FTR? Like, wow, man, like, how sensitive can you be? Like, nobody wins from this whole entire shitstorm. Nobody wins here. The Bucks look fucking soft. I'm like, wow, whose idea was it to write this story for the Bucks? I'm like, wow, man, so a fight made you mentally weak for a wrestling match? A fight that you had zero to do with. A fight that your boy Jack started. That's crazy. But listen, how long will the Jack Perry heat last? Listen, I was all for Jack Perry getting that Drew Mac-like heat. But that was last year though, bruh. Not this year. Will it last? Listen, all I'm trying to say is, if Jack Perry was the devil for the past, like, what, 5-6 months, then it's like, okay, now we can take advantage of the CM Junk heat until the iron runs cold. Now it's like, bruh, that shit is almost cold now. Whose fault is that? You can't keep pushing fake pro wrestling. You have to push heat and storylines. Now it's like, bruh, what story is there to tell now? See, Jack Perry should have been the devil when CM Junk was at his highest for the World Wrestling Federation the moment he came back. Damn, man, it's like, wow, how dumb can you be? But overall, con man, it's like, man, if you look at the pay-per-view, Dynasty, that card looks stacked, but nobody cares about not one build-up because you overshadow every storyline on the card, man. Why is Edge teaming up with Mark Briscoe? Like, bruh, you overshadow so many storylines for that whole entire show. That's wild. Why is Pac about to fight Okada? Right? Because you overshadowed that shit with CM Junk and Jack Perry. Like, why? You did this so close to your major pay-per-view. Who does this? Man, he made them look like soft little pricks. And now all of a sudden, he wants to put over Jack Perry as this great superstar heel. I'm like, bro, that's not going to last long. Thanks to you. That's my point. Jack Perry's current heat might not last long. All right, so once Jack Perry comes back to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling, how long will his heat last? I will give it maybe a month, and then people will move on and realize this is Jack Perry. But it's not his fault. It's Tony Khan man's fault. See, now do you see what I was saying a long time ago? Like I said, people thought I was crazy when I said that Adam Coleslaw should not be the devil. Okay, now that aged pretty goddamn well now. Nobody cares about the Undisputed Kingdom. If Jack Perry was in that group, we would care. Because right now, Jack Perry is a polarizing figure. Thanks to CM Junk. Like I said, people have short-term memories in fake pro wrestling. That's why I was saying take advantage of the Jack Perry and CM Junk heat before people move on. Now it's like, man, we are almost at the finish line with the CM Junk heat. I will give Jack Perry maybe one more month to take advantage of this CM Junk heat, and then people will move on and realize this is Jack Perry. Okay, I'm done.